Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cody and this is Summer. Fall prevention is such an important topic. Our parents, our grandparents are only getting older and we want to make sure they live a long and healthy life. Now, by showing you how important fall prevention is, let me start with a few statistics. 40% of adults age 65 or older will fall at least once a year. And the number one predictor of future fall risk is a previous fall. So once they fall, they're more likely to keep on falling. And think about this, 93% of all hip fractures result from a fall. And 20% of those hip fractures, those people die in a year. That's crazy. And 30% of those who fall and sustain a hip fracture go into a long-term care home. And after what we see happening in long-term care homes now, that's the last place we want to put our parent or grandparent. And on top of that, 30% of those individuals get dementia. That's just crazy. Dementia is a terminal disease and you're lucky to live 10 years once you're diagnosed. So what I'm saying, guys, is we want our parents to live long and healthy lives. And more than that, we want them to live with dignity in their own homes. After even just one fall, health can deteriorate rapidly and the risk of mortality increases significantly. So by watching this video and implementing the techniques I'm going to show you, you're doing your part to help your parents and your grandparents live longer. So here are my top 10 fall prevention tips that you need to share with your parents and grandparents and implement today. So the first tip is get your vision checked. Your parents and grandparents should get their vision checked once every year. And if they have a prescription for glasses, make sure you get it filled and make sure they wear their glasses. If you can see a dip in the road or you can see an object laid on the ground, you're going to step around them and not risk a fall by tripping over it. Tip number 2, remove loose rugs and make sure you don't keep any extension cords plugged in and lying around. These are unnecessary tripping hazards that can be easily avoided. Number 3 is avoid getting up after taking sedative medications. So ensure when you take this medication that you're going to remain sitting or lying down for a period afterwards. We don't want to get up feeling sleepy, uneasy on our feet, stumble, and fall. Number 4 is avoid walking on slippery roads and sidewalks. Now, if you live in Canada like I do, we're all familiar with snow. Either wait for the plows to go down the road, salt has been laid down before going out, or get a family member or friend to go out and do some shopping for you. Number 5, have lights on at night. In your home, you should have night lights or at least keep one light on so if you have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the washroom, you're not walking in the pitch black. This is just waiting for a fall to happen. Number 6, use aids. Now, there are many different types of aids. There are gait aids such as canes, walkers, and wheelchairs, or there are other type of aids such as grab bars in the bathtub or railings going down your stairs. So if your parents or grandparents need help walking, going up and down stairs, or getting in and out of the bathtub, make sure that you get them the aids that they need. Number 7, avoid socks. Now, walking around your house on hardwood floors and slippery tiling and socks, you're just asking to slip and fall. So ensure your parents and grandparents have an indoor pair of running shoes or slippers that are closed around the heel so that they don't slip off their feet. Or if they don't like wearing shoes inside, it's better to go in bare feet than to wear socks. Number 8, disease management. If an older person in your family has COPD, we know they cannot walk great distances without needing a seated rest because they lack oxygen. They can't catch their breath. So make sure when they go on long walks that they take their rollator or their four-wheeled walker that has a seat on it with them. So when they need to take a seated rest, they have their walker to sit on. Or plan the route that they're going to walk on and ensure there's benches along the way so that when they do need that rest, they can take it. Besides COPD, diabetes is another disease we have to be aware of when it comes to fall prevention. We know diabetics, their feet go numb and therefore they have a hard time balancing and they can't feel what's going on underneath their feet. Now, at the risk of stepping on something sharp or uneven and being unaware of it, and on top of that having poor balance, it's very easy for a diabetic person to fall. That's why it's very important to get diabetes diagnosed, to get the proper treatment, take the proper drugs that your doctors prescribe you, get proper footwear, and to ensure that you eat before you exercise. It's all about blood sugar levels. Number 9, very similar to number 3, this is medication review. Go over the medications that your parents or grandparents take, look at the side effects. If dizziness is one of them, talk to your pharmacist or their doctor and try to get that switch for a different medication. Dizziness is one of the number 1 causes of falling in the elderly, so we have to make sure if we have medications that do cause dizziness, look for an alternative. Number 10, nutrition. Now, I already touched on this a bit when we spoke about diabetes. It's very important when you have a diabetic grandparent that they monitor their blood sugar levels and that they eat before they exercise. Getting up after not eating, having a low blood sugar can cause that person to feel dizzy, faint, and fall. Nutrition plays a big part with osteoporosis as well. We know as we get older, our bones naturally thin and we're prone to getting osteoporosis, especially in females. It's very important these individuals that are prone to or either have osteoporosis take their vitamin D and calcium supplements every day. These supplements help ensure our bones are very strong and reduce the risk of a fracture if we were to fall. Now, because I'm a physiotherapist, I gotta throw in a bonus tip, number 11. And that is, just because we get older and we know that our balance and our strength decreases with age, it doesn't mean that we can't work on them and improve them. So if an older family member of yours, you've noticed their balance is decreasing, they don't have the strength they once had, and you want to get these improved, I highly recommend going to see a physiotherapist that's going to do strengthening exercises and help retrain their balance. That will further enforce a future without falling. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you share this video with as many people as possible. And the next time you see your parents or your grandparents, make sure you go over these tips and help them modify their home, modify their lifestyles, and explain to them the importance of preventing future falls.